Teams are deathly scared of the Eagles getting Bijan Robinson. I say, let's make their nightmares come true.
Dallas still stinks.
Yo, by the way, King Dingbat here. I hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. We are 3 days away from the draft. We are 3 days away from the draft. And I'm locked in. I'm locked in, ready to go. And the question is this. Who are the Eagles going to take at 10? We are hearing a lot of different things, some true, some not. We don't know what is a smokescreen, what isn't. What we do know is this. The Eagles are looking for an impact player, a unique player at 10. The question is, who's it going to be? Now, before we get into it, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, make sure you hit that like button. More importantly, make sure you subscribe to the most censored, the most throttled pause Eagles content creator in all of the internet. And if you've been subscribed for a while, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, truly, thank you for all the support you guys give to me. It truly means a lot to me. It really does. And just a reminder, this Thursday night, the Philly Shakedown podcast will be streaming the first round of the draft. Not only the first round, we will be doing the second and the third round. We will be doing day 2 of the draft, day 3 of the draft. We will stream every hour, every minute, every second of this draft. So if you want to come hang out and see what's going to happen, you know where to find us. We'll be the guys with the Draft 5 hats on, if you know what I mean. Now, today, Jalen Hurts held his press conference. He held his press conference, after, I guess, officially signing his new contract. We've talked about his contract last week when it was announced. And all I can say is, everybody is talking about, the quote that he said during the press conference. Money is nice, championships are better. And I think it's a great, it's the great title for that entire press conference, because what it showed you is here's a guy that is not going to change because of money. That is a lot of money you're dealing with, and it changes a lot of guys. A lot of guys, when they get the money, they feel that they've arrived. They can relax now. They've made it. They've set their families up, and they're good to go. But a lot of guys don't want to win, it seems, as much as they want the money. Jalen Hurts, we don't have to worry about that. He wants to go out. He wants to win. And it's very obvious. I think the Eagles have really lucked out on a great player. And I mean, that second round pick by Howie Roseman, whether he knew what he was doing or not, and there's debate about that, and there always will be. It's going to turn out to probably be one of the best picks the Eagles have, because I think Jalen Hurts is going to win multiple Super Bowls with the Philadelphia Eagles. I really do, especially with the offense and the way the offense can go. But I enjoyed his press conference. I'm very happy for the kid, and I think he's going to be fantastic. Now, there are a few things that we've got to talk about. First thing, this is draft week. We're going to get a lot of smoke screens. We're going to hear a lot of things, right? Like I think there was one thing going around today talking about the Eagles. The GMs say the Eagles love Nolan Smith. And so a lot of people, I think Peter King was saying this, that GMs told him that the Eagles love Nolan Smith. That may be true. The Eagles may like him, but why would the Eagles want to leak that out right now before the draft? Would they really want teams to know that and then somebody try to make a move before they can get them? I think it's something that could be one of those half smoke screens. The Eagles like him, but they like him at around 30, but make it sound like you really like him at 10. I don't know. We just really don't know right now. You got to take a lot of things with a grain of salt. Dov Kleeman wrote this today. He said, update, a few NFL teams like Alabama's Jahmyr Gibbs over Texas Bijan Robinson in 2023 draft, per Peter King. People have asked me my thoughts on that, and my thoughts are simple. They're this. That's not shocking. It's not shocking at all. Of course, teams are always going to have a different draft board. All the teams don't have the same ranked guys. They don't rank the guys the same way. I'm sure there's going to be some teams who look at Jahmyr Gibbs and say, he's a better fit for what we do than Bijan Robinson. We actually like him better. I don't believe the Eagles are one of those players, because I believe that the Eagles are not looking for a Jahmyr Gibbs type running back. I think they're looking for a bigger back, a back that can do more of the physical load. I think they're looking for more of a Bijan Robinson type back, a Derrick Henry type back. That's why they go out and they get Trey Sermon. That's why they go out and they got Rashad Penny. That's why they're going to possibly draft Bijan Robinson or trade for Derrick Henry, because they're looking for that bigger back. So I don't believe that is what the Eagles think at all. What I do think is that the Eagles look at Bijan Robinson as a unique player. And get this, okay? James Palmer said this today. He said, I'll just say this. A couple NFC teams I talked to this weekend do not, and I say that again, do not want the Pound Eagles to draft running back Bijan Robinson. The thought of the offense with his addition is scary in their eyes. My report on NFL Now at NFL Network, and he did a little, there's a little clip of that, him talking about it. Obviously, for copyright reasons, I'm not going to be able to play it here. However, you've got a guy saying that GMs would actually be fearful of the Eagles and that offense if they added Bijan Robinson. So my question is this. Does that not sound like exactly what the Eagles should do? Let's scare all these mother humpers. Let's scare them. Let's scare them like Mark Holmes scares chickens when he goes to sacrifice them for the Dallas Cowboys and that satanic star that they wear. Sorry, I need a drink. It's draft week, baby. Pinkies up. Pinkies up when you drink. Just like the old mafia guys, you know what I'm saying? But Bijan Robinson would actually scare teams on the Eagles. I think it's totally true. I do. I swear to you, I had a dream. I think it was last night or the night before. I can't remember. I didn't want to talk about this, but I'm going to talk about it because it's on my mind. I had a dream. I was watching the Eagles game, and it was 37-3, the Eagles. And it was 3-3 going in the second quarter, and Bijan Robinson was the running back, and he went off. He just went completely off, and it was absolutely awesome. Now, the weird thing about it was he was wearing the number 5. So he can't wear the number 5. But, he was in the Eagles uniform and he was with the Eagles. So that means the Eagles got him some way or the other. You notice how I don't get into the whole 10. You got to take him at 10. You got to take him at 10. You got to take him. I don't care if they take him at 10. I don't care if they trade back and take him at 15. I don't care if they take him at 30 or a second round or third round. Just get him. Get it done. He's the best back in this draft, in my opinion. And he may not even be at 10 because there are reports now that Atlanta's absolutely in love with him. Now, I think Atlanta would make a mistake to take a running back that early. The Eagles are in a different position than any of these other top 10 teams. But it's sounding like Houston might not take a quarterback. So they might, and this could be a total smokescreen too, but it sounds like they're thinking of not taking a quarterback at 2. Then you have thoughts about Arizona may trade out of the spot. And I think if Houston, let's say Houston, just for argument's sake, took Will Anderson Jr., then Arizona's probably going to trade out of the spot. Somebody's going to come up to try to get a quarterback. And then you're going to have Jalen Carter. Sounds like he's going at 5. I believe Detroit is going corner. And then, at that point, I don't know. To me, the best thing you could do is either take Bijan Robinson at that point or you trade back and take Bijan Robinson. But once Will Anderson and Jalen Carter are off the board, maybe Tyree Wilson too. Maybe those 3 guys are off the board. I just think you got to go Bijan Robinson. If Will Anderson 1, Carter 2, Bijan Robinson 3 for me. And if you have to trade back and get out of 10 and get another pick, do it. I have no problem with it. Just get it done. But the idea that this guy is going to scare defenses, scare teams with that offense and that firepower, it tells you it's the right move. The Eagles are looking for a unique player. They're looking for a player that could come in and change things for them. They know that they're not going to be picking at 10 probably for a long time. Probably not for 5, 6, 7 years plus. Okay, because Jalen Hurts is going to be good for a while. This team's going to be good for a while. So you got to get the unique player now. So to me, I got to be honest with you. After Will Anderson Jr. is gone, after Jalen Carter is gone, after those two guys are off the board, my next guy is Bijan Robinson. The next guy after him, I'm going to tell you, is JSN, Jackson Smith-Njigba. He would be my guy after that. Why? Because he would immediately impact your offense. And then I would say after JSN would probably be Paris Johnson Jr. And that would probably be like my top 5. But what the Eagles are looking for is an impactful player. The Eagles believe offense takes priority over defense. They have said this a million times. So if you're going by that line of thinking, offense takes precedence over defense, and we need an impact player because we're not picking this high for the next 10 years. Bijan Robinson very much is in play, and I have no problem with it. With that said, take care. Talk to you later, of course. Don't be a dingbat. Remember, it's how we vision. We're all just living in it. So here's something I don't get, I don't understand, okay? So I'm looking at Bleeding Green Nation, and they have ranked the top 150 players in the 2023 NFL Draft, right? And if you see Bleeding Green Nation, I love Bleeding Green Nation, shout out to Bleeding Green Nation. But they've consistently talked down about getting Bijan Robinson. Like, they talk down on it. But if you look at their top 150 players, they have Jalen Carter 1, Will Anderson Jr. 2, and number 3 is Bijan Robinson. Now, you're going to tell me that you can't take the 3rd overall best player in the draft because he's a running back? I think that's insanity. I think that's an insane way of thinking and will close you off to getting players that can absolutely change the game for your team and take your offenses to new heights. When I see things like that, I just don't understand. Denzel Washington out.